Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, the 2nd of July. I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here where it's grey, overcast, cold, and windy. It is such a tuzzy winter. Actually, you know what? It's winter everywhere. Far out. If you're on the east coast of Australia and you are getting pummeled by weather, I hope that you are all safe. I understand that Sydney is copping it. Sydney in the north coast is getting it really badly, maybe even Queensland. So I hope everybody is safe. All right. I'm definitely live now. Okay, so we now have the moon in Libra. Okay, so we've moved from that Virgo moon, and to be honest, this Libran moon is going to be a little bit more unbalanced than what it normally would be. All right. So Venus is, hang on, let me just click the buttons to see if there's anyone here. No one here yet. Okay. So Venus is currently coming up to conjunct Uranus. All right. So, Venus in Taurus, generally she's in her favorite place. She's in her rulership place. She's hanging out and quite comfortable, but she's getting closer to Uranus, and he's like, she's got to change. You really think so? Like these things, these thoughts, or what I'm picking up right now is, these places where you've hung out and felt comfortable in previously, they're not going to serve you anymore. All right, so it is definitely time to experience these shifts and changes. So Venus is, like I said, she's coming up to conjunct Uranus, and she is also trining Pluto. All right. So there is a matter of maybe some hidden aspects coming out, potentially the truth of a situation showing itself, maybe that discomfort that you're feeling as it moves towards Uranus. There it might be some sort of awareness that comes up out of nowhere, or an old perspective might ring more true now. I don't know. Again, I'm just saying words. Let's have a look. See if there's someone here. Yes, hello, Heather. Good morning, Helen. How are you? Sydney and the Blue Mountains copped it. All right. Well, I hope that you guys are good because, yeah, I just had a quick look yesterday and it looked awful. Well, I mean, it's raining here today, just, but yeah, I don't know. When they were talking about this weather bomb, I don't know. I felt like it was a little bit of a fizzer. But if you guys have copped it, then again, I hope you guys are safe. All right, and even actually, that's a good way, a segue into the Uranus in Gemini. All right, so Uranus is coming out. I was talking about this yesterday, but I just really want to reinforce that weather, all right, sudden and unexpected outbursts. When you look at cosmobiology, Uranus triggers weather events. All right, so Neptune triggers water events. Obviously, it's Neptune, but Uranus can trigger weather events of dangerous weather that include the air. All right, so it's going from an earth sign into an air sign. Neptune is also stationing retrograde, which means that, remember, any planet that is station, either retrograde or direct, the microscope is on it. It is amplifying that energy. So we've got Saturn coming up to station retrograde. Neptune is station retrograde on Saturday. So, these unexpected, well, not unexpected, but these extreme weather events that involve water are also because of the planetary stations and movement that we're having. So just expect the unexpected and just stay safe. All right. So, because now in the sky today, we have what's called a kite aspect, which is why in the words I wrote to rise above any discomfort that you may be feeling this morning. It's all right. So we're rising above any niggles or delays earlier in the day. By the time we get to between 11 and 11:30 is going to be a little bit restrictive, but by the time we get to around 1:30, then things are starting to flow a little bit easier. All right. So again, with that truth, when I was talking about Venus, all right. So if you do feel these delays or, you know, these uncomfortable feelings, just hang in there. Any delays, take it as a sign to pause, have a cuppa, grab your book. Unless you're at work, you know, just maybe have a list of other things. If you're on deadlines, take some deep breaths and just hang in there, because this afternoon any delays will be hopefully rectified around that afternoon mark. All right, so another one, don't throw in the towel on any negotiations or important conversations. Same. The afternoon looks more promising for finding common ground or solutions, and that resolve. Now, also, if you've got anything important that needs to be signed, sealed, delivered, terms and conditions, Mercury right now has started its shadow phase, and you know, even just that, the beginning of the shadow, the station retrograde, the station direct, the end, you know, these are tricky positions, and I'm just seeing, I'm hearing people talk about how tech has gone weird, things are being delayed, like all those type of things. It's very, very early for it to be happening, so I'm hoping it is just that initial point. So yeah, make sure you clarify conversations, and this could go with that, you know, Moon in Libra. She's very diplomatic, but like I said, she's uncomfortable because she's coming up to Uranus, is like, who is just about to change. And you know, Uranus is like, oh my god, I need to do this, but Uranus does go back into Taurus and then back into Gemini in April of next year. So you know, these experiences that we're having right now are like a precursor or a pre-look at the potential that's going to be happening next year. Next year's got some amazing astro, all right? So even though the world's gone to shit, you know, there's some really positive things on the horizon, so don't despair. I know it's a lot, there's a lot happening, and it could be very easily misconstrued and give you, you know, this depressive state of what's the point, but it does get better. All right, so there's that in between 11:30, 11 and 11:30. That specifically is a little bit of I can't fucking move. All right, so then the 1:30 is when this moon is trine Pluto. So this is where we clarify. And remember, with a trine to Pluto, right? You could be the one poking the bear because you want action. All right, Venus is very diplomatic and calm in Taurus, and that Libran moon just wants to make sure that everybody is balanced, heard, seen, you know, all of that. Let's find equilibrium. However, again, she's moving towards Uranus, and Uranus is like, I'm gonna fuck shit up. So, you know, we've got that just changing mental attitude that is coming towards everybody, all right? So shit is changing, all right? So just get prepared and be flexible. All right, now after 1 o'clock, so here's the thing, all right? So we've got that restriction and then the poking the bear to get clarity, which is at 1:30, but after 1, the moon starts to sextile, all right? So there is, you know, there's opportunities for the wheels and the cogs to turn better, all right? And that is after 1, all right? It sextiles Mercury, all right? So between 1 and 8, there's that good communication factor, all right? So if you do have some of that grittiness in the morning, just hold firm. Make sure you know, have that cuppa, grab a book or what, you know, any side project that you can distract yourself with, so that you're not just hyper focusing on the things that are not going right or the delays that you're having. Actually, Steph, if you're reading this or if you're watching this, you specifically came up when I wrote in the words that maybe it's just a tradie not turning up. That, you know, I was thinking about you. So there you go. And what else have we got? So yeah, it's funny because like in the sky, the sun and Mercury not making any connections. And then Mars and Jupiter also not making any connections. So the main things that we have working today are the moon, which is in Libra sign, and Libra, and also Saturn. But Saturn's doing that outer planet stuff, all right? It's coming up to conjunct Neptune, which is very, very soon. I don't have it. Saturn goes retrograde on the 13th. All right, anyway. don't have that exact date. I don't actually, I think they get very close, but they don't exactly connect. Anyway, so yeah. So how does that feel for everybody? Let me just, I mean, I don't know. There we go. Ah, look, everybody's here. So nice. Hello, Annie Pat. Rotten weather here too. Good morning. Good morning, Katie. Hello, Amy. We're all struggling to wake up. Oh, I had a meeting with my beautiful friend Annie in Denver, my Wednesday meeting, and I had the phone next to my bed. I was like, I gotta get up. It's been so long. Anyway, so yes, I struggled to get out of bed this morning. Katie's text going weird as well. Story of your life. Do you have Mercury retrograde, Katie? Louise, hello. Yes, so much changing. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Sally. Oh, you're on your second coffee. See, my coffee maker is outside chopping wood. So I'll give him some grace that I haven't had my second coffee yet. And Sally, I have to say that smush face was so cute. It made me giggle. All right, so that's pretty much it for everyone today. Like I said, actually, I think I commented yesterday that I've got in my notes, what direction do I go now? All right, there is so many things shifting and changing between 2025 and 2026. You know, like I was saying earlier, 26 has got some great energy, but right now we're in this shit show that we're like, what the fuck's going on? And you know, I say this like every single day. We are always moving towards change. I think in the words yesterday, exactly that. We are always moving towards change, processing thoughts and movements. Some we love, some not so much. So gather the moments that mean something to you and keep those ones safe. All right, the others, it's time for you to say goodbye because they no longer serve you. All right, the South Node in Virgo, you know, that sign of, you know, the duty and to be of service to people. So, you know, if it no longer serves you and your cup is constantly empty, then, you know, these are the things that you need to reconsider their importance in your life. All right, I often just say, get rid of shit, declutter. But, you know, like, you know, you have to be able to cognitively disconnect from some things before you can actually set them free or let them go. So maybe, you know, maybe weighing up Moon in Libra, you know, that connection, you know, as she's coming towards, you know, she conjuncts Uranus on Friday. And then she moves straight into Gemini on Saturday. All right, so Venus moves into Gemini on Saturday, but on Saturday, Neptune goes retrograde. All right, so Neptune right now is completely stationary. That's another reason why it's really hard at the moment to get your shit together. I've fallen off the wagon, like as far as training goes, and I'm like, ah! Another reason, Saturn is also stationing to retrograde. So we get these influxes of energy where we're like moving forward and then fucking Mercury goes retrograde, the planets go retrograde, and we have to take a few steps back and reorientate ourselves, and we're always in this state of flux and movement, and sometimes we just want to sit down with a cuppa. So maybe that's another reason why I wrote that. You know, if you do have any delays or frustrations today, take a big deep breath and just go, this too shall pass, because this too shall always pass. Nothing lasts forever. So I'm going to do the Dream Weavers today. Let's draw a card. All right. So today I'm not going outside today at all. It looks cold and windy and yuck. So I'm spending the day doing exam prep today. So that's a bit exciting. 1, 2, 3. This one here. Ooh. If the river flows this way. Oh, how's that for a go with the flow moment? I like that. All right, let's see. I don't recall this card. It is card number 4. I'll just click the button again. Good morning, Julie. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes we need to breathe. Absolutely. Okay. All right. If the river flows this way, actually, I can't hold it. All right. The importance of going with the flow and feeling the sense of being one with the currents of life. trusting that you will never drown as destiny wants you to go this way. The flow state is a way of surrendering and trusting the benevolent forces of life. It's surprising that we don't spend more time here, as it's an amazing creative place to be, magical and peaceful, yet brimming with potential. Flow is a state that is readily accessible through any activity that captures your effortless focus, such as meditation, dancing, painting, or even just taking a shower. Right now, you're being invited and guided to go with the flow, to allow the currents of life to move you forward. You don't need to struggle, to plan, to strategize. I lost my space. To strategize, to resist or push. This is not about effort. This magical river knows where it's going and where you fit into its plan. Allowing and surrendering is what is called for now. No matter if the water becomes choppy or it feels like it's carrying you away, you will not drown. This is one of the most creative and life-enhancing times for you, and all you must do is allow. When your inspired ideas come to the surface, follow along. Whatever is calling for your attention, immerse yourself in it and see where it takes you. If the river flows this way, go with the current, for only the highest good. Just keep doing what you've been doing, weaving your dreams and desires in a graceful rhythm, and all will be well. Oh, how good is that? That is absolutely the universe coming through and saying, you've got this. Just keep doing the fabulous job that you are. And I just refer back to the words or the energy for today is, rising above any of these mundane and menial issues that we have in everyday life. They're always going to be there. How you perceive and respond is where your superpower is. So going with the flow, don't let any delays or holdups bug you. Just keep that, that in mind. Now, if we do have something that needs to be dealt with and we don't initially deal with it now, Mercury will be back at this place on the 4th of August. All right. So if you see something in your world right now that needs addressing, do your best, because again, we will revisit this place on the 4th of August. Okay. So, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just the fact that Mercury works this way, and like I said, I'm just hearing people say that he's being a little bit tricky right now. So yeah. So that's it, ladies. I'll click the button one more time. Oh, good morning, Mikkel. Excellent. The universe has already worked it out. It's self-nurturing time. I love it. Yes, absolutely. So lots of beautiful breaths today, ladies. So nice to all have you here with me. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Thursday. Hope you have a fabulous day. Now, I am in my office today. So if anybody needs, a quick reading or just a check-in, just give me a yell, messenger, and I'm around. So, mwah.